Hello, beautiful ones. Happy Lionsgate energies, and so grateful to be here with you. We wanted to bring in a energetic conversation and transmission of light to support you to stabilize during these unprecedented quantum leaps in vibration. And what is occurring, if you haven't already connected to it, is that ascension is underway, but it's a major quickening, a major acceleration into a higher octave of expression for Gaia Earth, and therefore all of the body devas and humanity. And so ideally, we want to navigate this time only choosing for ourselves, because point of inception, heart of source, we are given responsibility for the aspect of life that we are, and the responsibility to choose for that aspect of life. So, this reverence for free will is the foundational fabric for the oneness way, for the new reality that is being birthed into the higher terrain, is all about honoring free will, reverence for free will. And so, an aspect of that is having reverence for our own free will and choosing in favor of what honors the aspect of life that is us. And then not being attached to what other aspects of life are choosing, because that's not our job. They were ordained by Source to be responsible for themselves. So we want to let them hold that power. And so take a moment, invite your higher self to scan for anywhere you're holding responsibility for another aspect of life that is not you, and return it. Radical, I know, but return all responsibility for another back to them, even for other body devas, even for Gaia Earth, for animals, for nature spirits. Return, return, return all responsibility that's not yours. And then taking a moment to retrieve all responsibility that is yours, that you gave away or that was taken at any moment in time. Invite your higher self, body's higher self, and teams to retrieve all responsibility for the aspect of life that is you back to you, holding it at the level of your higher self. Then you move into alignment with the divine design. You move into alignment with divine will, flow, grace, ease, all the good stuff, divine synchronicity and timing. Keep retrieving all responsibility for you. You might even be in this idea, I get to choose for the aspect of life that is me. I am so grateful I have free will. And so part of the processes we bring forward is supporting you to exercise and employ your free will in ways that support you in a more harmonic, empowered evolution. And so take a moment to integrate that shift that you just did by retrieving your power, balance and stabilize, inviting your higher self to balance the electrical and magnetic energy in all systems, components, and levels of your being for a higher vibration. Anytime you claim your power back, you move up in vibration. Update all grids, all reference points, all ways in which you perceive and are perceived. So that process that we just brought you through at the end there helps you stabilize the shift. And even though it may have felt like a very subtle shift, it was still a shift. And right now, we are in an accelerated way, shifting up in vibration. Then we integrate, we assimilate, then we shift, integrate, assimilate, shift, integrate, assimilate. And it's happening very rapidly right now, more rapidly than maybe ever before on Earth. And so the body devas especially may have a bit of a challenging time with that, because they're not used to that accelerated pace. And so we can employ conscious evolutionary tools to help stabilize the shifts. So we're going to bring that in now. And this particular process, we recommend you do daily, maybe even a couple times a day, if you've had a lot of maybe dizzy, disorientation, fatigue, even feeling like you're going to get sick, like a head cold or the flu, lack of motivation, just asking them for other symptoms. hard time sleeping, anything that feels off, if you're just feeling off. Okay, the first step, because as we go up in vibration, our preferences might start to shift, what we prefer, what we desire. And so we can start to create a story around that if we have identified as like, this is what I love to do, this is who I am. So we've created an identity perhaps around certain preferences, maybe even things we like to consume, eat, drink, or activities, what we do for fun, what we do, whatever. Your preferences may change as you shift in vibration. You are reinventing yourself to a higher octave, and so your preferences can shift. And so if we're identifying as what we like to do, that can create a bit of an identity crisis. So we're just going to invite you, the level of your higher self, body, Deva's higher self, and teams, to work with the energetic fields, the guides, to reference anywhere you've placed markers for your identity externally. You're referencing your identity as an activity or behavior, or even the way you perceive or think in a certain way. Retrieve all your references for your identity off the outer expression of you back to your column of light. You, body, and teams. You are light. You're in a process of exquisite evolution, reinvention, caterpillar to butterfly. And yes, your preferences may shift during this process. They may not. And as you anchor into the light that you are, when you shift caterpillar to butterfly, it's a much easier transformation. You might even just imagine using your inhale to retrieve all your reference points for you back to your light. I am light. Holding them in your vertical column of light. Referencing yourself as light that you are. We're going to help you do that. We're going to show you how. And just with that, I just felt a shift. Orienting vertically, orienting as the light that you are. Then balance and stabilize. Invite your higher self to support you in equally distributing your light along your divine cosmic loop, balancing it, stabilizing it, balancing the electrical and magnetic energy in your column of light, in your loop of light. It comes down from spark, heart of source, back up to spark, heart of source. Equally distributing your light along that loop. And then invite your higher self to firmly attach your loop of light, your column of light rather, to the front of the body's spine. So it's going to come down through the crown, run along the front of the body's spine, come out the base chakra, loop back behind, and go back up to the heart of source. And so just allowing for you to get firmly attached to the front of the body spine, no leaning forward or to the side or back, firmly attached, vertical stance. We're going to invite a repair of all the crystalline structures that connect your divine line to the front of the spine, all the threads. Recalibrate, align, balance, restore. Just felt a shift with that. You might even feel your ears start to, almost like when you go up in an airplane, you come back down and the ears shift. You might feel a change in pressure in the ears. You might yawn to help with that. Then balance and stabilize, update all grids, all reference points. Now we're going to invite you, your body, Deva, and your teams to work with the energetic fields and the guides to reference all the dimensions where you express yourselves. You're going to be in different dimensions maybe than the body Deva is in. So you reference for you, your body's going to reference for itself, your teams are going to reference for themselves. And to balance, harmonize, and align all of your energetic centers and crystalline structures in all those dimensions, in all of those dimensional layers. And if you're having trouble with feeling dizzy, invite your higher self to really work, and body higher self to really work the crystalline structures around the ears, the etheric ears. Balance, align, and harmonize. Balance the electrical and the magnetic energy in every single energetic center, in every single crystalline structure, in all dimensions where you express yourselves, you, body, and teams. Balance and harmonize, align, restore, perhaps, in some cases. And bring in the appropriate tonal frequency, perhaps, or sacred geometric codes, sounds, light, to support in balancing, harmonizing, aligning in a unique way for you and the body Deva for itself, teams for themselves. Balancing, aligning, harmonizing. All crystalline structures, all energy centers, for the appropriate energetic resonance, for the appropriate energetic terrain, lifting all of your energy, all of your awareness, your focus out of discordant dimensions into harmonic dimensions, making sure you're bringing all your grids with you into the harmonic dimensions you're moving up into, recalibrating them appropriately, balancing and aligning them for the harmonic terrain. And the roots, same. Body Deva, especially clean your roots, all discordant vibrations, balance and align the roots, harmonize the roots, increase, strengthen the roots appropriately for you, your body, your teams. Balance and align. Ground more for a higher octave in your own unique way. So let go of the mind trying to decide how you should ground and let your higher self have the reins. Body same, team same. Every being will ground in its own unique way. And you as an etheric being are going to ground in a very different way you probably ever were taught to ground, especially now. The whole grounding game is different in the new terrain. So let your higher self bring in appropriate grounding mechanisms and calibrate them for you, holding them in appropriate harmonic realms, grounding you appropriately in your own unique way. Body Deva same, team same. And why do we need new grounding mechanisms? Well, Earth is in the process of major quantum leaps. And so there's a destabilization with Earth. Think of it as caterpillar to butterfly. Why would we want to ground into something that is doing like a changeover? It's not stable. It doesn't really ground us. Ground in your own unique way. Body, team, same. I felt a relief with that one because we were taught and probably drilled into us in spiritual practice to ground into Earth. That's not the case anymore. It's time to go quantum. And trust and lean into your divine blueprint, your higher self, to know exactly how to navigate this. Releasing all judgments and conclusions that no longer serve, that are maybe limiting or outdated, no longer relevant. Are you willing? Good. We invite a balancing and stabilizing of all your energetic fields, updating all grids, all reference points, all ways in which you perceive. And one last piece with this, we're just going to invite, because it's so important during this time of accelerated ascension, accelerated merges into higher realms, higher dimensions, higher octaves, to be present in the now. Much easier ride. So we invite your higher self, your body's higher self and teams to work with the energetic fields and the guides to bring all of your energy, your awareness, your focus out of the past, out of the future, into the now. Think and And imagine it's like holding your energy vertically in your column of light in the now, the vertical now, in a whole and healed state. And then inviting your higher self, body's higher self, and teams to reference the base chakra and to calibrate the energies, crystalline structures of the base chakra for the present moment. Expanding the base chakra for higher vibration appropriately, harmonizing, aligning. Bring in the appropriate harmonic tone at the base chakra level that supports you in stabilizing and grounding for you, your body, and your teams. And allowing for a gentle release of anything in or around the base chakra that is no longer compatible. Good. We invite a balancing and stabilizing of all your energetic fields, updating all grids, all reference points, all ways in which you perceive and are perceived. And we want to thank you for showing up. And just as a side note, and maybe not so much a side note, with the Lion's Gate, I see it as the Council of Light is showing it to me as we begin to merge out of the eye of the needle. We've been in a corridor for a few weeks now, passing through the eye of the needle. And this is the initiation point of that emerging out of that birth canal, out of the eye of the needle. And we're basically in it now as this video gets posted. And it will continue through Lion's Gate through the 12th of August, which is the solar eclipse new moon. And I see it as this cosmic birthing. It's not just Earth and each of us birthing anew. It is galactically as well. There's a ripple. It's more than just Earth. So I'm not sure what it's going to be like. This is unprecedented. And so we want to do our best to navigate this in a harmonic way, to stay balanced, to stay aligned, to stay stable, to stay anchored in the knowing of who we are in truth. And that will give us the easier ride and also aligns us with the higher dimensional layers that are available, the higher potentials that are available very organically, because we're not clinging to something that's not compatible or in an imbalanced, disoriented state. So if you'd like to join us for the Lionsgate transmission, I don't really have a lot to say about what exactly we're going to share. And sometimes that happens, especially now when we're in this anything is possible time period where we're being invited to let go of all conclusions, because everything is upgrading moment to moment. And we have the potential to upgrade in every moment. So what I can tell you is, what they're showing me is this Lion's Gate is unprecedented. There will never be another one like it. It is an initiation point of a cosmic birthing. So we will bring in what is most supportive for the group to align with the highest potentials available, thinking of it as if you had the potential to walk through the doorway to your greatest fulfillment, to your most aligned, harmonic, liberated state. That's the type of theme we're going to be focused in on for that Lionsgate transmission. It is a 90-minute transmission, which is a little bit longer than what we normally do. And so we hope that you'll journey with us. We'll put a link below. And in the interim, we just encourage you to journey through this unprecedented, glorious quantum leap, heightened potentials phase in the most honoring way for you, inspiring way for you. And if you found this recording, this transmission helpful, We encourage you to like it and share it because that helps others to find it, helps support our work. And so thank you again for showing up. We'll connect with you all again very soon. Much love.